608 feet in her length. She also stretched into the air nearly 10 stories. The ship was going through its regular morning routine. It was now 5 minutes to 8. The prep flag had already gone up for morning colors. Liberty boats were coming alongside, church boats. It was going to be a typical Sunday morning in Hawaii. At that moment, high-level bombers are less than 5 minutes away. It is now 7:55, and for USS Arizona, she has less than 11 minutes to live.
Time would stop for the USS Arizona shortly after 8 a.m. These artifacts found in the wreckage suggest the cost of the catastrophe. A pair of eyeglasses from a sailor who died in the blast. This scorched booklet of emergency procedures that nobody had time to employ. And pennies, once in someone's pocket, melted from the heat. Dick Fisk was a U.S. Marine bugler on the West Virginia, a ship moored forward of the Arizona. Hanging on as his ship began to roll over from a torpedo attack, he saw the Arizona explode.
We're leaning, and I thought, sure, we were going to roll over. And I'm holding on to that stanchion. I'm about like this, you know, and just holding it for dear life. And then all of a sudden, this tremendous blast, it blew us back, and I lost my grip. It felt like you're sticking your head in a hot oven.
Few who walked the Arizona's decks are alive today. Don Stratton is one. 60 years later, he is still being treated for the burns he suffered on December 7th. But some injuries lie beyond treatment.
Well, for a long time I was pretty jumpy. I still am. If a phone rings when I'm not expecting it or something, I pretty near come clear up out of the chair. When I raised my family, nobody dared touch me when I was asleep. I come out fighting or swinging or something.
At 7:55, Stratton witnessed the first torpedo attack on the ships of Battleship Row.
Well, of course, from my vantage point, I could see the torpedoes coming in. I could see them in the water. And I could see them when they hit the Oklahoma. And I seen the Oklahoma capsize. I seen the West Virginia get hit with 2 or 3 torpedoes. I still swear to this day that there was at least 2, maybe 3 fired at the Arizona.
Stratton was in his battle station, standing here when the blast occurred.
Yeah, I reached to close the hatch. That's why my left side was so badly burned. We were just burning up there. That was it. And we were, I guess you're just ducked behind something to get out of the heat or away from whatever, but there was no place to go.
Clinton Westbrook was a coxswain on one of the Arizona's motor launches when his ship blew up.
When we started carrying casualties, they were laid in rows, and so we would pick them up, carry them to the boat, put them back down again. And I carried several of them like this, and I had a strange feeling to my hands. What I finally realized was that these people were burned, and the flesh was sticking to me when I carried them. And I was brushing other men's flesh off of my hands so I could pick another one up.
Don Stratton made it to safety, and despite his injuries, witnessed the last moments of his home.
It was a terrible day, and the feeling of losing the ship was really bad. Like you'd lost a part of yourself, and you knew you had lost a part of your family. Like they just destroyed your home or something, but it was a terrible day and a terrible feeling.
The admiral of the Arizona's battleship division was Isaac Kidd. He was killed by the explosion along with 1,176 other men on board. All that was found of the admiral was his class ring from the Naval Academy. It had melted into the sides of the ship. The Arizona's captain, Franklin von Valkenburg, was also killed by the blast. The fires would burn for 3 more days. The destruction was complete. Salvage would go on for nearly 2 years until the fall of 1943. 233 bodies were recovered. Over 900 still lie within the wreckage. Legends and myths have swirled around the destruction of the Arizona since that day of infamy. Some of these legends are inscribed here, just a few hundred yards away from the ship's final resting place. Torpedoes slammed into the hull. 7 bombs fell on its decks. Then 1 bomb went down the smokestack, destroying what was left of the ship. But what really happened? How could such a huge battleship be destroyed in just a few seconds? Could this disaster have been prevented? Incredibly, there is film footage that might answer these questions. And for the first time, tell the real story of the death of the Arizona.
I was pretty nervous, apprehensive.
It was tough to tell him I was joining the Army at first. I did research on my own, tried to get an idea about what the Army was going to be like. It's given me a whole bunch of confidence.
But no, I'm very proud of him.
He's just a stronger, more driven individual.
He can outrun me.
If your son or daughter wants to talk about joining the Army, listen, you made them strong. We'll make them Army strong. Find out more at goarmy.com.
Call today for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit.
A good value means more than just the price you pay.
It includes great fuel economy from your car, truck, or SUV.
Like the super fuel-efficient Camry with 31 miles per gallon, now with a special $500 cash back from Toyota.
My mom loves the safety features. She said she carries precious cargo.
And when that time finally comes, it means better resale value.
Toyota, proven to be a better value today and tomorrow. For more information, visit buyatoyota.com.
Today's Mega Millions jackpot, $132 million.
Hall Automotive has until the close of business Labor Day to clear out 50% of our inventory. 2,000 vehicles must go. Right now at every Hall Automotive location, see thousands of pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month with 0 down. Priced from under $6,000. Fully inspected, warranted, and getting up to 30 miles per gallon. Plus, shop new cars with up to $17,000 off. Truck buyers save the most. It ends Labor Day at every Hall Automotive location.
Get happy, people. It's Labor Day weekend. Make sure each of your days off pay off. Like at Grand Furniture's Labor Day sale, where for the first time ever, you can get 3 years of interest-free financing. Plus, everything's been marked down store-wide. Free financing for 3 years, and everything's marked down. Ain't life grand? The Labor Day sale at Grand Furniture. Ends Monday. Real furniture for real people.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
Call it country club economics. How many houses does he own? John McCain says he can't even remember anymore. Well, it's 7. No wonder McCain just said the fundamentals of our economy are strong, and anyone making less than $5 million a year is middle class. Maybe McCain thinks this economy is working for folks like him. But how are things going for you?
It's time to get ready for fall during the Shop Till You Drive clearance event at your Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealers. We're taking up to 40% off MSRP on 08 Rams to make room for new arrivals. Get great markdowns in every department, like up to 22% off MSRP on our fashionable minivans. And check out our great selection of fuel-efficient vehicles. Find your perfect fit at the Shop Till You Drive clearance event. Hurry, these offers won't last.
Time is running out. The final liquidation days at Stone Mountain are here. I'm the liquidator and I'm lowering prices even more. At cost, below cost, near cost. We're doubling our efforts to empty this store. Carpet, hardwood, laminate, ceramic, and more. All slashed to the bone. Dealers welcome. 2-year financing available. It's first come, first served. And when it's gone, it's gone. It's the Stone Mountain liquidation sale. A new era is coming, but right now it's time to save. Hurry, it's almost over.
Are you driven to save? VirginiaAutobuyer.com.
Happy homecoming today at Naval Station Norfolk for the crew of the USS Forrest Sherman. The guided missile destroyer has been away from home for about 3 months. The crew of the Forrest Sherman was participating in exercises with the Navy of Peru and other South American countries. More than 275 sailors make up the ship's crew. After a slight delay, 2 local Navy ships are headed out for 6 months overseas.
The USS Ramage and the USS Vela Gulf are deploying right now from Naval Station Norfolk, a few hours later than planned. The ships are part of the USS Iwo Jima Expeditionary Strike Group, and some of the equipment ready for use on the Ramage is the highest tech stuff in the entire Navy. 13 News military reporter Mike Gooding joins us with a look at this science fiction turned fact. Hey, Mike.
Well, hey, now, it's called the Ballistic Missile Defense System, and the USS Ramage is the first East Coast surface combatant to deploy with this defensive weapon in place.
Defense against short and...
If the unthinkable happened and some enemy meant to do the U.S. or its allies harm with a nuclear, biological, radiological, or conventional short or medium-range missile, the Norfolk-based USS Ramage has the answer. With the new ballistic missile defense system in place, the Ramage can detect incoming warheads whenever and wherever they launch, track them, figure out where they're going to go, intercept and destroy them with their own onboard Standard Missile 3s.
Absolutely awesome, absolutely exciting. And it's a capability that's getting better every test that the Navy runs.
Ramage Commanding Officer Pete Galuch says job one for the Ramage and other deploying surface combatants remains maritime security responsibilities, but this new missile defense technology is an important weapon in the Navy's and the nation's arsenal.
So yes, we will be doing a lot of efforts to support counterterrorism, but we also need to remember to be able to assure our allies that we can protect them from limited strikes from whatever source it may be.
And although America's current enemy's weapon of choice is the crude roadside bomb, the captain says the nation must be prepared for something worse.
The issue is that this takes years to develop, and it's too late to wait for a missile strike to happen before we start fielding this.
Several West Coast Navy Aegis cruisers and destroyers already have the ballistic missile system defense system in place. Here in the Atlantic Fleet, the guided missile destroyer USS Stout is the only other ship to have it. That technology could, of course, come in very handy in years to come, with an estimated 25 countries now having ballistic missile capability, including Iran. Reporting live in the newsroom, Mike Gooding, 13 News.
Sewer main break on Lynn Haven Parkway in Virginia Beach is just about fixed. The break caused the eastbound Lynn Haven Parkway exit ramp on 264 to close this morning. All 3 northbound lanes on Lynn Haven were also shut down to make repairs. Those repairs are again wrapping up this afternoon, and traffic is flowing as well as can be for a Friday rush hour.
And speaking of a Friday rush hour, there are a lot of cars out there, especially on the south side now. And
Aegis